Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Swan Song. So this is directly after the last episode. I just edit out the episode real quick and then render it. It's actually still rendering as we're speaking. Hopefully, I'm recording while also rendering at the same time. Hopefully, it doesn't cause like a slowdown in my recording. Because I don't know if you guys have ever rendered a video, but it will use like 100% of your CPU. It's insane. So hopefully no slowdown occurs, and yeah, let's continue on with the story, right? Let's go. There are so many annoying things. I don't get it. They did something good, so why is nobody praising them? Huh? Oh wow, a different perspective again. Awesome.
でもいろいろと難しいのよね。
It's annoying that Yukachi's talking to me as if I'm a kid. I think she's less kind to me now. Is this because she has a man now?
ここには人を閉じ込める施設もないですし、だいたい運営部に司法権があるわけでもないです。ああいう人たちの扱いは難しいんでしょうね。
Her husband? What the hell? Is this just in your head, Hibari? Her husband, Tsukasa, rubs the pocket heater.
他人事みたいに言わないでよ。司はそうやって自分の考えが世界の常識みたいに言うから嫌いだよ。
いや、そういうつもりはないですよ。
じゃあ、あんたの個人的な主観にまみれた意見を言いなさいよ。ひばりったら、ゆかっちは奥さん気取りしないでくれる？で、どうなのよ、司。
Jeez, Hibari.
個人的な意見ですか。
Tsukasa grows silent. His face is unreadable like always. But it seems he's thinking.
とにかくさ、田野村と桑形は人を殺しちゃうような悪いやつを捕まえてかわいそうな女の子を助けた。それはいいことでしょ？
その通りです。
じゃあなんでみんなごちゃごちゃ言ってんの？なんか嫌そうじゃないの？
What seems to be the issue?
ああ、それはですね。これもやっぱり一般論的な説明になってしまいますが。
いいから言いなさいよ。
やっぱり今社会制度が健全に機能していないのが問題なんですね。
So, that doesn't change the fact that they saved someone. What are you trying to say?
機能？
彼らの殺人をはじめとするさまざまな犯罪行為は、たとえこの極限的な状況だからといって正当化されるものではない非人道的、反社会的なものですよね。だからまず第一の前提として彼らの持つ反社会性に対して何らかの措置がいります。
Are you serious? They killed someone and you're saying you don't know what to do with them. Shouldn't you just normally kill them yourselves? I mean, I guess no one has the balls to actually try to kill them. But what the fuck? I guess what these guys wanted them to do was just kill the other people outside of the shelter. It's kind of fucked up. What they're saying is that they're afraid of getting their hands stained with blood. And disgusting.
難しく言ってるけど、要するに悪いことしたから何かしなくちゃってことでしょ？
そうです。そこでそのための具体的な手段ですが、本来ならああいった犯罪者は警察に引き渡すことになっています。しかし今は引き渡す相手がいません。警察自体が活動していませんからね。
活動はしてるみたいだけどね。やらなくていいことを。
とにかく当てになりませんね。するとまず暫定的な措置として、ここで治安が回復するまで拘留するという手があります。そのまま警察なりがやってきて引き渡せるようになるまでここでコントロールするわけです。
I don't know if this is because they live in Japan and society is still like public order is pretty high in Japan, I guess. But in Indonesia, if you get caught stealing something, trust me, the police will actually save you. If you get caught in the countryside, They will beat you up with the whole village and kill you. No joke. I'm not joking. I am not joking. That's what happens in Indonesia. Alright, continuing on though.
これは手段としては穏当だと思いますが、現実的にはここには牢屋もないし、安全に閉じ込めておくことが難しいです。それに警察組織がいつ機能を回復するかの目処も立っていませんから、先が見えません。この不都合はわかりますよね。
わかるわよ、きっと。
それなら話を進めます。ここでもう一つ、ちょっと過激な解決方法が上がってます。
Killing them.
過激？
彼らを処刑するというんですよ。我々の手で。命まで奪うとは限りませんが、彼らの行いに見合う刑罰となったら、
Indeed.
結局は死刑以外に釣り合うものがないでしょう。それに下手に懲罰で済ませたら、後で恨んで復讐される恐れもあります。彼らの生命を絶ってしまえば、全ての脅威は取り除かれるわけですね。しかしリンチで人を殺すなんてことは言うまでもないですが、道徳的にも法律的にも問題点が多いです。これは難しいですよ。
あんたひどい話をさらっと言うのね。
実際ひどい状況なんですよ。ともかく結局のところ、どこかに閉じ込めて闘争に怯えながら過ごすか、後味が悪いのを覚悟して処刑するかの2つしかないわけです。どちらを選んでも完全にスッキリはしません。ここでジレンマに陥ってしまうわけです。本来なら社会制度がこのジレンマを引き受けてくれていたんですが、今はむき出しになってしまってるんです。
でもそれは要するに捕まえた後の話でしょ。それがどうして遡って棚村たちのやったのが迷惑だってことになるの？関係ないじゃない。
They added one more person. Oh no, they added 3 people to be fed. Like they're not inhumane enough to actually not feed them and make them die out of starvation. That's probably why it's troublesome.
誰だって夜会ごとを持ち込まれたくないですよ。
私にはわけわかんない。
確かに納得はできないでしょうけど、でもそうらしいんですよ。
Wait, really? It's that simple? I thought it was a matter of like food and consumption. I guess it's just that it's just troublesome. What the fuck? That's so fucked up.
でもさ、棚村たちのおかげで女の子が助かったんじゃないの？それは他のどんなことよりも立派なことでしょ。厄介事とかそんなバカバカしい。
そうですね。でも僕はそんなにはっきりと腐しているのを聞いたことはないですよ。
耳がいいくせにそういうのは抜けてんだね。私さっき聞いちゃったんだから。外で井戸端会議してんだもん。余計なことしてくれちゃってとか言ってため息ついてたよ。そんでみんなうなずいてた。おかしいよ。
それは問題ですね。
バカだよ。だってあんなヤバい連中、もし捕まえてなかったらもっとひどいことになるかもしれないじゃん。捕まえたからって悪くなることなんか何もないと思うんだけど、病院の事件だってあったばっかりじゃん。あれの犯人なんだよ。放っておいてもいいなんて絶対ありえないよ。
確かにそうなんです。
じゃあなんでそんな文句言うのかな。みんな何も分かってないのかな。でもね、
Yukachi interrupts.
もし田野村さんたちが何もしないで結果として他の誰かが処理してくれるかもしれないじゃない。そしたら私たちが悩まなくても関わらないままでいられたでしょ。そうでなくとももっと後まで引き延ばせたかもしれない。
I don't like your argument there, Yuka. I don't like your argument there. What the hell?
ゆかっちバカじゃないの。そんな考え方納得できないよ。引き延ばせたってその間に悪いことしたらどうすんの？世の中全体の悪いことは増えるだけだよ。誰かがどうせやらなくちゃいけないことなんだよ。私が言ってたわけじゃないわよ。でもいい悪いはともかくそういうのってあるじゃない。嫌だけど普通のことよ。
I guess that's true, but I don't know. It's a very conflicting feeling. She's right, but it doesn't feel right.
なんかム ムカつくな。じゃあどうすればよかったのよ。
僕は田野村さんたちの行動は適切な判断だったと思っています。今の選択で正しかったんじゃないでしょうか。
そうよね。間違ってはいないよね。でも何よゆかっち、まだ文句あるの？
違うってば、そんな攻撃的にならないでよ。たださ、ひばりは彼らをどうすればいいと思ってるのか聞きたいなと思って。
私はね。
Oh shit, are you serious? Oh no. Bro. Oh no. I am given the choice for this? I mean, if I were myself and I impose myself on Hibari's choice, I would definitely kill them. No two ways about it. I would kill them. But if this is Hibari choosing, no, this is fuck Hibari. I'm choosing.
だったら殺しちゃえばいいじゃない。
大きな声でなんてこと言うのよ。
だってどうせ警察に渡したって死刑になるでしょ。何が悪いの？
僕は法律に詳しくないのですが、少なくともリンチは違法だったはずですよ。
こんな状況だから仕方ないじゃない。正当防衛？それにならないの？
正当防衛とは違いますが、ただ自分たちの安全を考えたら完全には否定できないのは確かですよね。あんな凄惨な事件を起こしたわけですから。
I don't regret my choice, by the way.
でしょ？
ただ実行上の問題として、どうやって誰が処刑するんですか？法律はともかく常識として自分たちの決定で人命を奪うというのは誰しもが当たり前に受け入れられるものではないでしょう。誰だって人殺しは嫌ですよ。
Some people that are kind of fucked in the head do like it. I wouldn't say nobody, Tsukasa.
でもさ、あいつらに納得いかないのは誰だって同じでしょ。大体悪いことしてるのは確実じゃん。裁判なんかいらないよ。西部劇だって悪い人は吊るすでしょ。
できれば西部劇みたいな殺伐とした社会にしたくないというのが問題なんですよ。川瀬さんだってそんなものは望んでないでしょう。
そうだけどさ、とにかく私はやることやった田野村とかクワガタが陰口叩かれてんのが納得できない。これが一番なの。もう考えすぎて疲れちゃったよ。
どこ行くつもりなの？
うるさいわね。私の勝手でしょ。ゆかっちとつかさは勝手に二人でイチャイチャしてればいいんだわ。
なんかすごくすさんでるのね。
I go to the schoolyard and Tanamura is sitting by the administrative department desk.
よ、ひばりちゃん。
He's the cause of the trouble involving the whole shelter, but he's thoughtless as always. He has a cigarette in his mouth and is making many small snowmen by his feet. They're not lined up perfectly like Aroe would have made them, but it looks more human because of that.
タバコやめなさいよね。肺が真っ黒になるよ。
ん？俺の体心配してくれてんの？ひばりちゃんにそんなことを言われるなんて嬉しいな。感激しちゃうよ。俺と結婚してくんないかな。
しね。それよりこんなとこで油売ってていいの？
連中の処置についての話し合いは結論が出なくて中断。今休憩タイムだよ。
あんた休みなのに一人でこんなとこで雪だるま作ってんの？
寂しいでしょ。孤独な男の姿に惚れてほしいな。
This guy, dude. There's never a time where I dislike talking with Tanamura-san. Such an awesome dude. Tanamura is smiling. Like, I don't know what his motives are. For all I know, he might be someone bad. But I don't care. Talking with him is fun. It's annoying that he's always acting like he knows everything, and he doesn't talk about himself on top of that. What a jerk. He's trying to act too cool.
黙っちゃって。俺に用があるんじゃないの？わざわざ訪ねてきてさ。
そうだった。聞きたいことがあったんだよ。
I ask him what he's intending to do with the guys he captured.
そうだね。
He crosses his arms and ponders. He hasn't shaved today, and I can see black stubble on his chin. He tries to act cool, but this doesn't look cool.
俺はね、みんながよく話し合って決めたことなら何でもいいよ。
何それ、はっきり言いなさいよ。
そうは言うけど、俺は他の人と比べると暴力とかに対する感覚が違うだろうしな。だから俺の基準じゃ何とも言えないんだよね。
He's so
それに
cool.
さ、
Oh, sorry.
俺は原因を作った張本人だから難しいものがあるんだよ。
He's really so cool-headed. He's always thinking about what the people around him wants to do and not what he himself wants to do. I don't think that's necessarily a healthy mindset, but I don't know. I don't know.
じゃあ棚村の基準だったらどうするつもり？もしここにいるのが全員棚村で、その上誰が原因とか関係ないとしたらどうよ？
それだったら監禁しとくかな。
そうなの？
うん。やっぱり殺すとかは嫌だからね。でもそういう過程は全然意味ないんじゃないかな。ここでの生活で一番重要なのは子供とか老人とかそういう弱い人たちをどう守るかってことじゃん。
This guy.
全員俺だったら正直何しても構わないんじゃないの？めったなことじゃやられないし。まあだから俺は決定に従うよ。みんなヒートアップしててちょっと心配なのはあるけど。ひばりちゃんはどう思ってるの？
うるさいわね。なんかモヤモヤするから、あんたみたいなボケナスに聞いてるんでしょ。それなのに全然参考にならないこと言いやがって。
おおこわ。
Tanamura shrugs his shoulders and laughs.
お、川瀬さんじゃないか。ここに来るなんて珍しいな。元気？
I turn around to see Hida-san.
元気ですけど。
そうか、元気なの。よかったな。じゃあ、あの子、アロエちゃんは一緒じゃないの？
裏庭で子供と遊んでますよ。っていうか、私別にアロエのお守り役とか保護者じゃないですから。
そうだよね。一人の時だってあるよね、そら。年頃の女の子だし。
ひださん、なんだかおどおどしてますよ。
Tanamura is smiling.
いやー、川瀬さんって怖いからね。田村君、その魔法瓶取ってくれる？
私が怖いってどういう意味ですか？
深い意味はないんだよ。あんまり突っかからないでくれよ。こうやって女の子に詰め寄られるのに弱いんだ。
I'm not trying to, and this is how I normally act. Hida-san has a sturdy body, but is strangely faint-hearted. I hear good things about him when I'm in the gym, but it doesn't seem that way to me. They say he's reliable, but I don't know about that. He looks so unreliable that I'm worried. But he is the leader here, so I think he'll give me a better answer than Tanamura. So I ask Hida-san the same question.
過激な意見を言う人も多いが、個人的にはここは我々で身柄を拘束し、治安が回復するのを待つべきだと思うね。
Hida-san pours and drinks some coffee. It smells good. I don't like coffee's bitter taste, but I like the smell.
今一番の争点になってるのは、結局のところ連中を殺すか生かすかってことなんだ。今は犯罪者憎しで処刑を望む声の方が大きいが、しかしそんなことを実際にしてしまったら、きっと何らかの形で個人にも組織にも影響すると思うよ。どんな名分でもそれはリンチ殺人だからね。越えてはいけない一線がそこにあると思う。気持ちはわかるんだがね。
田村よりはまともな意見だね。
It's more or less the same. What are you talking about?
田村君は何て言ったの？
俺は
こいつ何でもいいって言ってた。本当にバカだよ。
ひどい言い方するな。
Tanamura's smiling even though I spoke ill of him. Listen to me more seriously. It's snowing today as always, and the sky is dark. It keeps snowing as if it'll never end. I think while watching the snow, but I don't really get it. I sigh and lose my train of thought. I don't think I'm good at these kinds of things. Tanamura and Hida-san go to the administrative department's meeting.
川瀬さんも参加すれば。
Ida-san invites me.
私は議論とか苦手だよ。
I refuse. And when I notice nobody's here, this place is like the administrative department's office, so I sit here for a while thinking that that it shouldn't be empty. I don't have anything to do, so I realign Tanomura's snowman, but it's boring. I hear kids playing behind the gym. It seems Aroe is with them. I don't know what they're doing, but she's not being teased. Aroe should be playing with kids instead of with me. So why is it like I'm in charge of Aroe now? I don't like tiresome things. Come to think of it, there are too many tiresome things. There are lots of bad things too. I'm wearing similar clothes every day, and it's getting harder to get snacks. It's hard to be alone, and I'm trying not to show too much emotion, you know? It's tiresome, so I want to get along and have fun at the very least. But everybody's been strained recently. I understand that deciding what to do with those people is a difficult problem, but they should be happy that someone was saved. Why can't they be more happy? Why are they making a fuss about all the bad things? It's only a bother. Strength escapes my body and I collapse onto the table. It's pretty cold, and I'm getting sleepy. I think I've gotten enough sleep, but maybe I'm not sleeping soundly. I want to sleep in a warm, soft bed at home. And before I go to bed, I want to warm up some milk, put sugar in it, and drink it. Oh yeah, I wonder how An's doing. An's a stray cat I picked up, and she used to be small and cute. But she got fat and ugly as she grew up, and she's always sleeping. I named her after a princess Audrey played the role of, but I wish I could have taken that back. I wonder how the earthquake was like. I'm worried, since Ann is pretty slow for a cat. I hope mommy and daddy didn't forget about her. Aunt's ugly and unfriendly, so they may have neglected her. First of all, are mommy and daddy doing well? I wonder what my town is like. There's no information. Takuma tried to use the radio, but it was useless. It's like this here, so I'm assuming it's the same over there too. I have to go home once everything settles down. But the trains aren't running anymore, so does that mean I have to walk back? That's tiring. I don't want to get there exhausted to find my town in ruins. I'm so sleepy that my thoughts are getting vague. My stomach growls, and I put my hand on my flat stomach. They're not making food today, so we're supposed to make our own, but I didn't eat lunch. What time is it? The sun's still up, but there are always heavy clouds and the sky is dark. It looks as dark as always. I can't tell the time. The cell phone I use as a watch ran out of its battery long ago. I couldn't use the phone after the earthquake. But I wonder how my friends are doing. Are they doing well? I thought there would be more, but I haven't met many people I know. Does this mean that they're all dead? I know that Tanomura and the others are talking it out right now, but what will they decide on? Ida-san said there are intense opinions, so maybe they'll decide to kill them. I think that's a scary thing, but what they've done is even scarier. Why did it end up like this? It's like a bad dream to gather everyone together to discuss whether or not to kill someone. This isn't a joke, right? If it's decided that they're going to be killed, they really are going to kill them, right? Am I dreaming? But I've never seen such a cruel dream before. I only have fun dreams. I won't allow myself to have bad dreams. Maybe I slip into someone else's dream. Then would everything disappear if that person wakes up? I don't know who it is, but wake up already. I don't want this crazy world. Then I have to wake this person up from this bad dream. The person's probably waiting. I have to do my best to wake him up. Should I scream? Would the dream end if I scream? How loud would I have to scream to be audible? My mind will become desolate if I continue to live in this cold, desolate world. Anyway, I need to scream, or nobody will hear me. It'd be bad if it's a deep sleep.
こんなところで寝てちゃダメだよ。
I wake up. I'm the one who is asleep. Tanomura is standing in front of me. It's dark. The sun has already gone down.
寝てなんかいないわよ。考え事してただけ。
その割にはよだれが垂れてるよ。かわいいね。
うるさいわね。それよりもどうなったの？ 話し合いしたんでしょ？
あ
Tanomura smiles painfully.
あ、まとまらなかったよ。明日また話し合いだね。
Man, they're gonna be too late, aren't they? He sits down in a nearby chair.
揉めてるの？
揉めてるってほどじゃないよ。みんなの意見としては処刑しようってのでほぼ決まりかな。飛田さんはそうしたくないみたいだけど、やっぱり現実的に考えればそうなるんだろうね。でも実際どうやってそれを形にしていくのかっていう具体的な話になると、みんな及び腰でちょっと停滞してるって感じ。
So this is definitely the cause of my choice. I definitely killed them. And I think I did the right choice.
当分はこのままずるずると現状のまま拘束していく形になりそう。俺の予想はね。
ねえ、一つ聞いていい？
何？
実際さ、その捕まえられた人たちってどんな人なの？
どんな人って？
ほら、あるじゃないの。なんか異常だとか気が触れちゃったとか。
俺が最初見た時は人間かってくらいひどかったけど、なんだか今は怯えちゃってすっかりおとなしくなってるみたいだね。見かけは普通の若者だよ。別にその辺に混ざってたって気がつかないさ。
普通ね。そうなんだね。
まあね。
Oh, sorry.
じゃあその人たちにもお父さんがいたりお母さんがいたりしたんだよね。それで田舎に帰ればおばあちゃんに可愛がられたり、小学生の時は先生に忘れ物が多いですって通知表に書かれたりしてきたってことでしょ。リコーダーを吹いたり運動会でかけっこしたりさ。
Yes, I get it. I get that we might eventually become them. I get it, Hibari.
そうだろうね。
なんであんなひどいことしたんだろう。しなきゃ人殺しになることも不幸な死人も出ることなかったし、ここでみんなと仲良く生活できてたのに。誰にとってもいいことばっかりだったのにさ。ねえ、改心だとかはしないの？チャンスはないの？
もし改心したとしても確かめる方法もそれを待つ余裕もないよ。
そうか。
人の心の中は見えないからね。
これすっごく嫌だよね。
そうだね。
なんか辛いよ。なんだろうこれ。
なんだろうね。わかんないな。
Tanomura puts his hand on my head and smiles. The shelter is gloomy the next day. They're making food out in the schoolyard and everyone's eating it like always. But it seems like everyone's talking more quietly than usual. I say this is weird and...
やっぱりみんなあの3人組の処遇が気になってるみたいですね。みんな声を潜めてますが、思い思いの意見を喋ってるようです。
Tsukasa hears me with his sharp ears.
まったく、司の近くじゃ秘密話もできないよ。
I dislike that fact more than what everyone's talking about, so I complain.
音が聞こえても意識しなければ内容までは分かりませんよ。それにもし聞こえても僕はほとんど気にしないから大丈夫です。
This guy, dude.
そういう問題じゃないんだけどな。おいクワガタ、見てるだけじゃご飯冷めちゃうよ。食欲ないの？
いや、そんなことないですよ。食べます。
Kuwagata was pondering with his chopsticks and bowl in hand. He starts eating once I talk to him. He's stupid, so maybe he thinks this gloomy mood is his responsibility. Tanomura's acting like always, but I'm sure there's a lot going on inside his mind. Yukachi doesn't say anything, but the situation has to be something she hates the most. I don't really know about Tsukasa, but I'm sure he's thinking about it. It does seem like he's worried about it. In contrast, Aroe is acting and thinking like always. Her back is straight and it looks like she has good manners. But she's dropping the food as she eats. She's not at all concerned about it, though. Her nerves are amazing. She's probably acting the same way she did before the earthquake. I'm sure it'd be peaceful around here if everybody had a bit of her boldness and lived at their own pace. I suddenly feel like praising Aroe, so I give her a present after the meal. It's a brooch made of silver, and it's something one of my relatives bought me when I was a kid. I don't wear it now, but I always carry it with me. I treasure it. I put it on her chest.
これ大事にしなさいよ。結構高いんだから。
That's nice of her. But Aroe only smiles and does not seem to understand. I start doubting my choice, but I've decided to give it to her. We then go play with the children. No, I play with them. Anyway, I fight with them using snowballs and show them Aroe's skills. The children love to play with animals. We let the pets we find run free within a fence. There are many kinds of cute dogs. Small and large dogs, friendly dogs, and dogs who can do special tricks. The children scream and play chase with the dogs. Aroe isn't playing with them, but is smiling while holding her favorite white poodle in a strange fashion. She opens her notebook from time to time and talks to the poodle. The poodle is looking up at Aroe annoyingly. I play with the dogs too, just because. I prefer slim cats, but big dogs are fine too. Big dogs look strong and gentle, so I like them. That's why I was hugging a Coley just now, and covered myself in snow playing with it.
ほんと川瀬さんは子供の気持ちがわかるっていうか、子供そのまんまなんだから、楽しく遊んでくださってありがたいわね。
Sato-san laughs. I'm a bit troubled by those words, and yet...
おいひばり、こっち負けそうだよ。加勢しろよ。
One of the kids having a snowball fight talks to me cheekily.
タメ口聞くな、クソガキ。いいから早く。
They only laugh even though I'm angry. This is why I hate kids. But it's still fun to move my body. It's refreshing to run around with Aroe, the dogs, and the kids. My limbs feel heavy when I notice, but that's refreshing too, and we take a break. Even though we just started resting, one of the kids goes,
俺悪いやつ見たいよ。ひばり見に行こうぜ。
Oh, don't do that.
悪いやつ？
They say that they want to see the prisoners. They must mean those guys who we have locked up. There's nothing good about going to see them. First of all, the people of the administrative department are guarding them, and we'll probably get scolded if they see us. But I understand their feelings. Everyone's talking about the prisoners, but we don't actually know too much about them. I'm a bit curious too. Aroe has gone back to the gym, so the rest of us go. The guys are locked up in the old school building, in the very corner of the 3rd floor. It's no use going inside since people are standing guard in there with sticks and weapons. So we go out the back. There's a person from the administrative department standing guard there too. But he's someone I know who used to go to the same college as me, so we decided to try the place. Why would you do this?
お疲れさ。
I smile and call out, but he makes a troubled face. Why is he troubled?
あ、川瀬さん、ダメですよ。子供なんかここに連れてきちゃ。
まあいいじゃん。っていうかさ、ここまで警戒しなきゃいけないほど逃げやすいの？だって3階にいるんでしょ？
Are you stupid? I don't care what the reasons are. They killed someone. They killed someone. They raped someone. I don't care what their reasons are. Hibari, oh my god. Just because you weren't exposed to what they were doing doesn't mean you can just casually say this.
まあ、念のためですよ。逃げることはないと思います。手足もしっかりと縛ってありますからね。
そこまでやってんのに気にしすぎ。
だって、あれだけのことをした連中ですから。毎日のことがあったら困ります。
But those words have the opposite effect on the kids.
すげえ。手とか縛られてるんだって。
Hibari, why the fuck would you do this?
やっぱすごい怖いんだ。怪物みたいだ。いっぱい殺したんでしょ？ 3階から飛び降りちゃうのかな？
3階から落ちても死なないよ。きっとそしたら暴れるよ。みんなやられちゃう。
Their eyes are sparkling and they seem to be happy and scared. They excitedly imagine and talk.
ほらほら、騒いでないで。
Oh, sorry. He pushes the children away, but they resist full force.
なんで？ケチ！
やだ！
困ったな。
ああ、
sorry.
はいはい。私が連れてくよ。ごめんなさいね。仕事の邪魔して。
I skipped that for some reason. Maybe my mouse double click. He really does look troubled. I apologize and get ready to leave.
見て見て見て
A kid points and screams. I look up. The fingers pointing at the room they're supposedly locked up in. I clearly see the guy's face. His hair is dyed like a young teen and his face is unshaven. He's staring at me intently and our eyes meet. I pull back in surprise and he tries to approach the window. The window is broken and gone, so there's nothing between us. I can hear his movements. The kids are screaming as if they've entered a haunted house.
大丈夫です。ワイヤーで部屋に繋がれているはずです。
The student's face is tense and shows nervousness belling his words. Be lying, I think. The man gets up again and raises his hands. His hands are tied with what looks like wires. It seems he can't get any closer.
許してください
His voice is hoarse. He looks at me with desperation.
もうあんなことしませんから許してください心を入れ替えたって偉い人に伝えてくださいここの人はいくら言っても話を聞いてくれなくて俺の話なんか全然聞いてくれないんだ人間の言葉だと思ってないんだ
If what you did wasn't that bad, I would have forgiven you, but killing someone and raping someone, I would have just killed you when I saw you, dude. If I was Takuma, I would just go fast and kill the guy that was eating tuna. Pull out the broken whatever it is he used, and then just stab the ones that are still fucking the girl. Heck, if that was me, I probably wouldn't have thought about not hitting the girl, you know? Like, when I try to kill them, maybe the girl might get hurt, and that probably wouldn't even cross my mind. I just want to kill them, probably.
言ってください。
The student from the administrative department on guard glares at the man. The prisoner screams at me as I try to back away.
だってひどいよこれこの手首を見てよ針金なんかでこんなきつく縛り付けて手の色が変わってる俺を獣か何かだと思ってるんだだから言葉じゃなくて鳴き声かなんかだと思ってるんだ話くらい聞いてくれたっていいじゃないですかあなたには言葉が聞こえてますか
でもあんたひどいことしたんだから仕方ないでしょ
Why are you answering, Hibari? Oh my god.
川瀬さん、口を聞いたらダメです。
だって
喋ってくれた言葉を聞いてくれたんだありがとう
I'm not gonna like this chapter, I'm just gonna say. Hibari, whatever you do, if it wasn't because of my choice, if you were the one that gets, like, fucked up, it's not my fault. His eyes are shining. He's crying.
確かに俺はひどいことをしたけどでも怖かっただけなんだ目の前で人がたくさん死んで神経が麻痺してたんだ自分がこういう状態になってやっと悪いことをしたって分かったもう反省してるからだから一回だけチャンスをくださいお願いです許してくださいもうしませんからだからお願いします俺を助けて殺さないでくださいお願いです殺さないで
This is bad. The man's crying and my heart is pounding fast. I'm about to collapse. This is bad.
どうしよう
You shouldn't do anything. It's not even your choice to kill them or not. I look at the man from the administrative department, but he's only biting his lip to endure it, and he's useless. Stop! I'm hating this girl. Just because someone can't give you the answer you want doesn't mean they're useless. What a fucking bitch. I know she's not a bad person, but I don't care. I don't like her attitude. Holy shit. I can hear his words in between his psalms. He's repeating, I want to live, I want to live. I don't want to die, I don't want to die. My head spins every time I hear him. Hibari, do you know of this thing called selective... I forgot what it's called, but... Humans are able to selectively blur out something they don't want to hear. Can't believe you're this old and you don't know how to use that skill. What is this? He stares at me without wiping the tears from his eyes. I'm looking in his eyes too. Our eyes meet, and it seems like something is entering my head. His eyes seem big. I think I'm seeing something in his eyes, or maybe not. Even if I can see it, it feels like I shouldn't see it. I get scared and put my hands between us. I then look away.
知らない。私は知らないよ。
I run away. My foot gets caught in the snow and my shoe slips off. I run in my sock. I can't stand to stare on my back and I'm out of breath when I turn the corner. It's night.
すごいぜタフビーム強いぜタフビーム
Aroe returns to the gym singing.
どこ行ってたのよ。トイレ？
どこ行ってたのよ。つまんばりきだタフビーム
Aroe sits in front of me. Everyone living inside the gym is talking. The voices all echo back from the high ceiling, creating a stir in the air.
すごいぜタフビーム強いぜタフビーム
My bare foot is cold since I took off the wet sock. I look for new socks in my bag, but I only find ones that haven't been washed. I smell them and they stink, so I put a blanket over my foot.
つまんばりきだタフビーム
It's dark outside the windows, and the gym's lights are reflecting against the floor. The stoves are burning quietly. The patients are quietly sleeping on beds, and I hear an old woman chanting a sutra. The nurses are sitting on the stage in front and talking while holding cups with steam rising from them.
すごいぜタフビーム強いぜタフビーム
Oh, god damn it, Aroe. I don't see Yukachi, Tandamura, Kuwagata, or Tsukasa. Aroe is the only one in front of me, and she starts lining up go pieces again. She's singing and she looks really happy. Where did everyone go? They were saying something before they left, but I don't really remember.
つまんばりきだタフビーム
Aroe is sitting on the floor. She gets up and moves when the rows of go pieces she's lining up get long. Her bare feet make sounds every time she walks. Does she not feel the cold?
すごいぜタフビーム強いぜタフビーム
Something feels strange when I look at her. I wonder what it is, then realize that she's not wearing the brooch I gave her this morning.
ブローチどこやったの？
I pat her shoulder and she finally turns around. I ask her again. Aroe thinks, then opens her notebook.
あげました
あげた？
ちょうちょあげました
何言ってるの？あれあげちゃったの？
I get angry, but Aroe is smiling.
どこに？誰に？返してもらうから教えて。
わかりません
Aroe unapologetically answers while smiling. I get exhausted after seeing her smile. I give up and get back inside my blanket. I'm sure she gave it to someone in the shelter, so I'll find it eventually if I look for it. More importantly, Aroe is the type to cling onto her stuff. So if she easily gave it away, it means that she didn't like it. I get more tired thinking about it. I'm exhausted. I cover myself with more blankets to warm myself up as I watch Aroe. She lifts her skirt and scratches her butt. An old man is staring at Aroe from a distance. Aroe doesn't care what goes on around her, so she's completely ignoring the old man's stare. She really doesn't care about anything. I get angry for some reason. Doing something on your own, getting angry on your own. Hibari, get a fucking life.
アロエのバカ。
I murmur.
バカっていう人がバカです
You're right, Aroe. Without turning around, Aroe responds as if by reflex. Considering Aroe, she probably repeated something she heard before and the words have no meaning. I know it, but I still get angry. I must be really running out of composure if Aroe is annoying me. I close my eyes in the test and get sleepy right away. I relax and am about to sleep when...
助けて助けて助けて助けて俺を助けて
Aroe suddenly starts muttering to herself. I'm surprised. I kind of knew this was gonna happen. Aroe gave it to the guys that are almost dead, but it doesn't make sense because it's supposed to be on guard Like, they were supposed to be on guard. They were supposed to be guarded. How did Otto even come to that place? Doesn't make sense. I don't care though. Whatever happens in this chapter, I probably don't care. As long as it doesn't happen to any of the other characters except for Hibari.
待って待って待って待って待ってちょっと待ってそれどこで聞いたの誰の真似
I'm just gonna keep quiet this whole chapter. I'm getting annoyed.
助けて助けて助けて助けて助けて行きたい行きたい。
もしかして今旧校舎の近く行ってたのあんたも話しかけられたのダメよそこに近寄っちゃダメわかるダメねえもしかしてあんたブローチをあげた相手って長女あげましたもう何よそれわかんねえ
Thank you! Oh my god. I really did not like her perspective. Jesus. Welcome back, Takuma. I missed you. I'm talking alone with her, just like I did yesterday. And like I've been doing all day today. She's confused. No. Is it more like panic? Anyway, her mind has been confused and we couldn't talk at all. Even if she said something, it didn't make any sense. But I can't blame her after what happened to her. I'd be more concerned if she was in high spirits. Are they called tranquilizers or something? She took a bunch of medicine to calm herself down, and she finally started to regain her composure. She's slowly starting to say something that makes sense. She says her name is Koike Nozomi.
それで私怖くてだから逃げたんです。
It's late at night and we're using the flashlight as a light, but the nurse's office is still dim. I can't really see her expression. I don't know how many hours it's been. I've been sitting here for quite a while, but she hasn't looked at me in the eyes yet. It's not that she doesn't want to, but she's naturally avoiding it. I think she's having difficulty being around men. I don't want to pressure her, and that's why I'm sitting down away from her. You might say that I shouldn't be here in the first place, but I'm here because she asked me to stay. And to be honest, I don't have any other place I can be. I don't want to see Tsukasa-kun or Yuka-san. And it doesn't seem like the people at the shelter appreciate what I did. Rather, they look at me as if I did something unnecessary, and it's painful for me. If I stay here, this girl won't look at me like that, and I feel like I can do something for her. That's why I've been staying with her. We don't talk though. I'm alone with a girl younger than me, but I don't know what to say in this situation. There are many things I'd like to say, but I may hurt her no matter what I say. I have a special talent for carelessly offending people. There are too many cases to mention where I've said something strange and pissed people off. So I continue to quietly listen to her and respond when necessary. The fortunate thing is that her body isn't that badly injured. She has almost no external wounds. She has a few bruises, but they aren't enough to obscure her normal activities. I hear that there's lacerations in delicate areas, but it shouldn't get in the way of her living normally. Probably. It can't be helped that she doesn't have an appetite, but it seems she regained her energy by sleeping a lot. She's wearing new pajamas and has a fluffy blanket over her. It's an expensive feathered duvet. Am I saying that right? That I got from a destroyed futon shop. I'm sure Kawase-san would get jealous if she sees it. So I should go get another one when I have the time.
みんなが何を考えているのか私には理解できなくてだからどうしてもそこにいられなくて
I wonder what she's talking about. It seems she's talking about the place she was living at before she was captured by those guys.
それはここみたいな学校だったんですか？
いえ違います山みたいなところで古くて汚い気持ち悪い
Her sensuous explanations are hard to understand. but I don't feel like asking her for details since it may be a delicate subject. I keep silent and she keeps talking.
もともと母さんに無理やり連れられて、私は嫌だったんです。でも地震後、成り行きでそこで暮らすことになって、やっぱり全然馴染めなくて、他人がみんな気持ち悪くて、どうもうまくやれなくて。
そういうのってあるよね。馴染めない場所って僕もよく感じるもの。
ええ、
辛いよね。
そうなんです。それで何かしてるときはともかく、暇なときは一緒にいられませんでした。だからよく一人で廃墟を散歩したりぼんやりしてたんです。そしたらあの日突然あの人たちが現れて。
There's not much change in her expression. Her face looks empty.
そうでもその先の話は。
嫌ですか？聞きたくないですか？
そうじゃなくて話すのが辛いかなって思って。
いいんです。聞いてください。
She talks about it. She was caught and raped. It was painful, but it was more scary. There were women's corpses at the factory she was taken to. It was useless to cry or scream. She was so scared that her memory is jumbled, and she doesn't remember concrete details. She thought that she was going to die. She was raped and abused every chance they had. I'm getting depressed. It's not because of her story, but because such a cruel role was given to this normal girl. The girl in front of me is a victim of rape. She used to be filled with many peaceful, normal factors such as what school she goes to and what musician she likes. But now, the fact that she's a victim of rape has crushed every other characteristic about her. The only words coming out of her mouth right now are the depressing words of a victim. Yo, Takuma, since when have you suddenly Takuma might actually be better than Tsukasa right now. Holy shit. Takuma, holy shit. Since when have you become such a good character? Tanamura-san, I still don't know what the fuck he's thinking. But he's also a good guy. But Tsukasa, I mean, Takuma, you might be up there right now. The ill will of the world, manifested through the people's ill will, possessed her body and is making her say such things. This girl has been assigned with a cruel role, like a spiritual medium for a devil, but I'm not convinced. The same thing has been bothering me ever since the earthquake. Students, businessmen, and part-time workers, all these colorful people are now painted over with the one color called disaster. All other colors of these people have been concealed. When I noticed, we've all become victims of the disaster. We're all delighted by happiness as victims, and suffering pain as victims. Each of us used to have happiness and sadness appropriate for each of us. But now, the earthquake is the main character, and all the people are like mere accessories. I don't like it. The girl and I are here right now. I'm the one who saved her, and she's a poor victim of rape. We're only able to talk according to our roles, and I suddenly get lonely. We're both stuck within our roles. I think there are other things we really want to talk about, but we can't because that's not within our roles. I feel lonely even when I'm speaking face to face. It should be the same for her. The more we talk along our roles, the more it feels like fate's taking over, and as if we've dropped down to our will, to where our will has no meaning. It feels like our position as a victim of rape is solidifying. It's as if she's being taken over. This is bad. I have to say something to destroy her role. That should release her from the demon called victim of rape, return her to her original self, and relieve her feelings. I need to find a way to release a spell cast on her. I think others would be able to do it naturally, but I have to think to come up with a way. I listen to her depressing story as I search for a new, cheerful topic to talk about. But the only topics that come to my mind are about computers, games, and manga. I can't heal her heart with this. Don't I have any other subject to talk about that can cheer her up from the bottom of her heart? It seems I don't. Why are there only disgusting, smelly subjects in my brain? I'm panicking. She's finished her story and has grown quiet. The silence is getting heavier with time. I can't think of anything, so I can only spot sophisms and not actually do anything, huh? If I could freely command witty and cool conversations, I would be more popular with girls, but I can't and I'm not. This must mean I don't have the talent. In short, I have no sense for conversation. I really don't. This isn't good. What can I do to have my brain come up with such words? And even if I can come up with them, would I be able to say them? I'm sure Tano-san would be able to free her heart. But not saying anything would be the worst. And the heavy silence is starting to become unbearable. I try to say something and make a weird noise. My throat is dry. I gulp and open my mouth again.
なんか暑いですね。
This guy. I force a smile, I laugh, but in reality, it's not hot at all. It's rather cold. Even though I wanted to talk about something else, this is ugly.
いや、それは言葉のあやで、本当に暑いってわけじゃないんですが、形而上的な意味で僕の概念としてのあり方が暑さを感じてるっていうか。
It wasn't a good follow-up. That was bad. I don't understand what I'm trying to say. But she ignored my words. She's looking down at her hands. She must be thinking. She raises her head.
臭いです。ごめんなさい。私の体、臭くないですか？
She looks at me.
いや、別に匂わないけど。
ちょっと、なんか、匂いがします。
I don't like where this is going.
ここから。
God damn it. Takuma, please deny her. I don't care if she forces you into it. Deny her. I don't care if she's broken because you refused. Deny her. This is not your responsibility. She pulls her clothing at her neck and reveals what's under it. I see her skin and quickly look away.
おかしいな。そのパジャマは新品を下ろしたはずだけど。
きっと、私の体から匂いがするんです。
違うよ。こんな近くにいるけど、僕には何も匂わないよ。
本当ですか？おかしいな。でも、すごく臭いんです。なんでだろう。なんでだと思いますか？なんか、あれの匂いがして、鼻が腐り落ちそう。
You want to cut it off yourself? Don't tell me to do it. She distorts her face in disgust. It's troubling to hear that. I don't smell anything no matter how much I sniff the air. I think her consciousness is making her smell it. But I can't tell her that it's just her imagination because I think it'd be cold and cruel. I don't care if it's cold and cruel. She looks concerned as she takes off the blanket and sets her feet down on the floor. Her toes touch the linoleum floor.
ごめんなさい。
She looks at me.
何が？どうしたの？
着替えたいんです。私の服はどこですか？私が着ていた服は。
あの制服だよね。洗濯して一応ここに置いてあるけど、でも見ない方がいいと思う。着替えたいなら別の服を着た方が。
私、それでいいです。制服に着替えます。
なんで？
だって、申し訳なくて。
She hesitates right there. I don't know what to say, so I wait for her to continue.
なんだか、新しい服とか、綺麗なベッドとか、私が身につけてると汚しちゃってるような気がして、辛いんです。もう嫌なんです。
いや、そんなことは。
ごめんなさい。本当は違うのかもしれないけど。
I can't come up with any reason to stop her. I don't think it's good for her, but she talks to me into it. Her uniform, sweatpants and coat. Everything that she was wearing or had with her was brought back here and cleaned.
ありがとうございます。
She takes them, pulls the curtains, and covers my view. I hear her undressing behind the curtain. The thought that she's changing makes me recall her naked body from back then.
僕、着替え終わるまで外に出てるから。
I stand up.
すみません。一人だと怖いから、 そこにいてください。
I can't leave if she says such a thing. I sit back down, but turn my back towards her bed. I hear a zipping sound. I hear buttons.
暗くない？
大丈夫です。なんとか。
あ、そう。それならよかった。そっか。
I stare at the shelves in front of me to calm myself down. The glass is broken, and it's empty inside. I'm sure it all fell to the floor, but everything's been cleaned up and there's no traces of it. I hear unbuttoning sounds. I hear unzipping. I start to think that it's taking her too long to get changed when I hear the curtain move. She's finally finished changing. If this is a sex scene, I'm just gonna skip it, okay? I'm freed from the nervousness of being in the same room as a naked woman. I sigh in relief as I turn around.
クワガタさん、ごめんなさい。
こっちこそごめん。やっぱりあの服嫌だったんでしょ。そうだよね。それがいいよ。早く忘れた方がいいね。他の服もらってこようか。
そうじゃなくて、お願いがあるんです。
何？
私をよく見てほしいんです。どうしても納得できないんです。もしかしたら自分じゃ見えてないだけかもしれないんです。
何を？
こっちを向いてください。
よくわからないけど、そういうのは女の人にお願いした方がいいと思うかな。
ごめんなさい。私誰も信用できなくて。
Then you can't trust me.
でもじゃあなんだって僕なら。
だってクワガタさんは私を助けてくれたし、ずっとそばにいてくれたし。見ましたか？
You should have just left her. What a fucking pain in the ass.
何を？
あそこに女の人が。
Oh, what the hell? I didn't press anything. It did that on its own. Okay.
もしクワガタさんが来てくれなかったら、私もきっとああなっていたんです。
I don't know if there's gonna be a sex scene or not. That's why I'm not voicing all these dialogues. But because there's like a black screen, I will definitely keep this in when I try to edit it. I'll just get rid of that CG of her being naked.
僕っていうか、田野村って人が。
でも最初に入ってきたのはクワガタさんでした。なんだかあれからずっとどうしても人間が怖くてたまらなくて、だからクワガタさんしか信用できないんです。
でも僕なんか。
ごめんなさい。わがままなのは分かってるんです。勝手にこんなのお願いして。でも
分かったから泣かないで。
じゃあ見てくれますか？
わかりました。
Okay. Surprisingly, there's no sex scene. It really was just her asking if there's anything strange with her body and asking if her body was like rotten or something. If it escalated into something worse, I probably would have thought less of her, but I know she's a victim, but I don't care that she's a victim, you know? I think, I don't know about you guys, but people on the internet, just because you know someone's a victim, they always come saying like, oh my god, how can you say that when there's like an opinion that doesn't seem to care when someone's a victim, right? But that's the internet. In real life, let's face it, whether someone is a victim or not, the most you'd probably give them is like gossip. Oh, she was victim of rape. Oh my god, yeah, poor her. But we don't know her personally, and we don't like white knight them. Only people on the internet white knight people like that. It's midnight. People say even the plants go to sleep at this time. But my drowsiness must be on vacation as I'm still wide awake at this time. I have trouble sleeping recently. I wake up right away even when I do fall asleep. I touch my face and feel that there are hollows beneath my eyes. I'm thinking about Koike Nozomi. That poor girl could not support herself and started crying loudly in the end. I embraced her naked body. She cried in my arms until she got exhausted. I keep walking around in circles in front of the gym. The sound of my feet stepping on snow stimulates my thoughts. It really probably is just an embrace, you know, just a hug. Not in the sexual sense. Someone actually relied on me for the first time in my life. Koike Nozomi completely trusts me. That's what she said. The fact that I'm the only one she can rely on is something to feel compassion for. It'll be miserable for her if I can't answer her trust. I don't want that. If she's relying on me, I have to do something. To exaggerate, this is my mission. You know, I dislike the fact that Takuma, the guy who was saying this is his role, and as like the savior, and also the role of the victim of rape, as the guy that said, I'm going to destroy this role so that fate won't take its course or whatever, and yet look at him now. I don't know, I'm just saying that Takuma lacks conviction. What he's thinking is correct for the most part, but he lacks conviction to actually act them out. Or at least stay true to his own feelings. He's getting swayed a bit too easily. It's painful for me that she thinks she's dirty. I mean, it's something she should never feel. The ones to suffer should be the ones who caused this whole thing. Then are they suffering? I don't know. The one I injured is in a coma, but he's still alive. The other two are merely locked up. How can those guys atone for their sins, for what they did to her and the other victims? The people of the administrative department are discussing whether they should execute them or not. I personally think death isn't enough. They're criminals, and they should value their lives, but this is different. I couldn't kill him back then. It probably has to do with the fact that I thought they were also human. That's how I think now as well. Rather, I want them to take responsibility because they're human. But I don't think it's possible. It'd be ideal if they could reform, serve humanity for the rest of their lives, and live for the love of humanity. But it's wrong to expect that out of them. And we can't do that even if we want to. They won't be able to atone for their sins. So the best way they can do is die, so that they won't get in the way of everyone else. The people at the shelter know that. They know it. They still can't decide. I mean, it doesn't feel good to kill someone, no matter who it may be. Everyone's troubled. They know what needs to be done, but they're hesitating because it's not the right thing to do. We're in this situation now because I was irresolute. I should have killed him back then. I could have done it easily if I had faced them with an appropriate weapon. I think your weapon was fine. You just didn't have the intent to kill. Now that things have turned out this way, I should take responsibility. I vaguely think so to myself. Nozomi's case compels me. I know that acting selfishly won't be appreciated. I may be the next one to be locked up. But who'll do it if I don't do it? It'll all be over if I dirty my hands. I give it due consideration and think it through. I then head to the old school building. The ones on watch are leaning against the wall and talking. It seems they're tired. I ask them if they want me to take their place, but they're loyal to their tasks even though they complain. I have no intention of arguing with them, so I go back outside. I think there was a guard in the back as well. There's only one person there, so he should be lonely. I'm sure I can take his place if I talk with him. I go to the back, but I don't see the guard. He may be slacking off. I walk over, thinking it's a chance, and see a black figure lying in the snow. I get a bad feeling. I walk over to it and check. It's what I expected. The guard is lying in the snow. He doesn't move even when I shake him. Yes, he's dead. Oh my god, really? There's a wire wrapped around his neck. It's digging into his skin. There are pieces of glass in the snow. I look up at the room they were locked up in, and I don't feel anyone's presence from it, even though a thick wire was tied around their hands. I breathe wildly when I understand everything.
誰が脱走した
I scream out. I put my hand on the corpse's chest. Even though it's covered in snow, his chest is still warm. The enemy is still nearby. I pick up the stick the man was holding and tie on a knife I'd stolen from the cooking area. I wrap the wire many times around the knife's handle and put tape over it. I then take a sip of the whiskey I carry around to fire myself up. I can't allow myself to lose heart.
くそ、逃げられた。なんてことだ。
I hear voices from the third floor.
全部いなくなってる
I call out and a student of the administration department pokes his head out.
全部だ。誰もいない。
二人逃げたか
ちょっと、それ、死んでるの？くそ。なんだよ、これ。くそ。
とにかく、日田さんに連絡して、体育館の周りを警戒するよう言ってください早く
I give him directions and finish making my weapon. I stand up when someone comes running over from outside. He must have been guarding around the school. He looks bewildered, seeing my weapon in the corpse. I quickly tell him what happened. He says that he hasn't seen anyone leave the property. I tell him to go tell the others on guard to head to the gym and follow Hida-san's direction. I then start thinking about where the enemies went. The snow around here is trampled upon. I can somewhat tell which footprints are new by looking at how much snow is piled up, but I can't make a reliable decision. I decide to guess likely footprints and follow them. Then, a light shines brightly and I notice that the light at the gym has been turned on.
落ち着いて聞いてください。
I can hear Hida-san yelling in the gym. He must have received the news. The people at the gym should be safe now. Now, I only need to continue looking for them. The footprints I chose leave the backyard and go around the gym. I reach the back of the new school building and make it to the schoolyard before they mix in with other footprints, and I can't follow them anymore. If they came in this direction, where did they hide? I see likely dark spots everywhere. I get dizzy at how many likely places there are. Or maybe they've gone past the guards and escaped out the school property. It shouldn't be that hard. Should I return to the gym and get directions from Hida-san? Hell no! Actually, hell yes. Because I don't want Takuma to die. I'm more worried about everybody at the gym than finding the enemies. I start heading back when I think about it. Did I just decide because I got scared of searching for them alone? Am I going to wait and see because I'm scared? No. Even if that's true, going back to the gym where everyone else is should be the better option. It'll increase the chances of finding them if I keep searching. But what can I do by myself even if I find them? What are the chances of them killing me instead? I think the chances are pretty high. This is the right choice, so I'm not scared. That's right, I'm not scared. I don't want to run away out of fear. There's no need to go against my decision if it's the right one. I head to the gym with confidence. But on my way there, the row of club rooms catches my attention. The building is away from the school buildings and the gym, and it looks like a perfect place to hide. If I were the one running away, I'd hide there first. Should I check the place out before going to the gym? Hell yeah! Now that's what I'm talking about, Takuma. I look around and eliminate the buildings that they're not likely to hide in from my options. There are people in the new school building. Nozomi is there too, along with some patients who are transferred from the hospital. I wouldn't want to go near the gym either if I was in their place. There's just too many people there. But I wouldn't want to go near the school entrance either, since there are guards there. I don't know if the guys know that, but I'm sure they'd want to avoid it if they see flashlights. They probably headed to an area where people are unlikely to be. With that in mind, I realize that there aren't many places to go in the school property. If it were me, I would hide in the darkness created by the destroyed swimming pool and head to the row of club rooms. The club rooms are made of concrete and most of them have been destroyed. There are sport equipments in the club rooms, so children and teenagers come here during the day, to find balls or other things. I approach the place. It's so quiet that I begin to doubt that they're hiding here, but I feel presence once I get near. It's the baseball club room. People usually don't come here, but people are hiding in the dark right now. I go around to the back, hide below the window, and try to figure out what's going on inside. I hear heavy breathing from within the darkness. I hear a man whisper. It's them for sure. I grip harder onto my weapon. It seems they're in a panic. Their words do not make sense as they keep discussing. They must be extremely scared. I listen while I think about what I should do. I know the right thing to do would be to go back to Hida-san and bring them here, and bring people here. But what if they get away while I go get them? But I don't know how much I can do by myself. I can't think of a good measure. Maybe I'm nervous too. I'll probably be useless anyway if I'm this nervous. The gym is right there. I'll go get Hida-san. Right when I decide to do so, the man speaks out. I get a bad feeling. As I expected, it's Aroe-chan's voice. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard that or not. The rendering just got finished for the last episode. It seems they got Aroe-chan in the room before I could do anything. Her voice is coming from inside now. She's talking about something. I can picture her staring at her notebook hanging from her neck. I'm totally overwhelmed. Now, I can't carelessly move away from here. If I do, there's a high possibility that they will get away with Aroe-chan. Then, the cruel end that Koike Nozomi avoided may fall upon Aroe-chan. I get goosebumps just imagining it. I have to prevent that from happening no matter what. I don't have time to go get people. I have to do something here by myself. I get mentally prepared so easily that it surprises me. I'll do it. I'll do it for sure this time. I take a deep breath without making any sounds. I picture the room which I'd glanced in before. I then use their voices to determine where they are and decide how I should move. Right when I start to get a decent plan,
Aroe-chan, どこ行ったの?
I hear Yuka-san's voice. An agitation runs through the room. It's not a good thing for me either.
トイレはもう終わったの? 早く体育館に帰りましょうよ。アロエちゃん、どこ行ったの?
Always everything messing up with your plan, Takuma. Oh my god. Yuka-san sounds worried, but it seems she doesn't understand the situation yet. I'm confused now because it's not going as planned. Yuka-san is on the other side of the room, and the room's exit is on her side. I think the door was broken, so the men should see Yuka-san soon enough. They'll soon see each other. I'm not ready for it, but they shouldn't be either. Then now is the chance. I don't have the time to verify this, but I'm sure of it. I get up, grab the frame of the window, jump up, and roll into the darkness of the room. I scream as hard as I can and swing the stick onto the figure holding Aroe-chan's clothes. I strain too hard and hit him in the shoulder with the stick part even though a knife is attached to it. He merely staggers. I raise the stick again, look carefully, and aim at the arm holding Aroe-chan. As I swing down, I see Aroe-chan staring at me in wonder. The blade cuts his arm. I think I cut it off, but I can't tell because it's so dark. I hit something, but the stick keeps moving and hits the ground. I hit it so hard that the knife on it bends and almost falls off. My target hugs his arm and falls on his butt. Did I hit him as I thought? I then raise my stick again against the other guy. He turns and heads to the door. I swing the stick down. I hit his back, but it doesn't hit him hard. I hit the ground too hard, so the stick is breaking. The guy runs out of the room. I shorten the stick. I hold the knife by its handle and follow after him. I'll reach him with a few more steps. I'm going to stab him in the back with his knife. My brain is numb and my body's moving on its own. I'm not scared of anything. There's nothing to hesitate about. The guy is totally frightened. He stumbles as he exits the room and falls onto his knees. I quickly catch up to him and raise my knife. His defenseless back is curled up in front of me. Yuka-san, who is standing in front of us, is watching. Her face is stiff with fear and surprise. At that moment, I imagine what I must look like in her eyes. Am I raising the bloody knife with a lighted face? Don't I look like a killer just now? Am I alright? I hesitate and stop. No! And stop my movements. The man in front of me gets up using that pause and turns around. He looks desperate and he's holding an iron pipe. You fucking idiot! He turns around with all his might and swings the pipe, sweeping the air right in front of my nose. I didn't dodge it. It's just that I happened to get out of the way when I pulled back in surprise. Oh god, thank you! Thank you, Yuka! Oh my god! So I couldn't even see the next attack. My shoulder was smashed when I noticed. Oh. Okay, maybe not. I drop my weapon and fall on my butt. He breathes wildly through his nose as he hits my head with the iron pipe. I'm hit in the head despite covering it with my arm, and my world blacks out. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Hida-san appears and calls out for us not to leave the gym. The strange atmosphere makes a few people want explanations, but Hida-san only says that he will explain later and evades the question. I don't see Aroi or Yuka. I ask and I find out that they went to the bathroom. The bathroom is right there, but the lady tilts her head and wonders why they're so late. I get worried, so I sneak out of the gym. Wait, who is this? Is this Tanomura or Hibari? I soon hear abnormal screaming carried on the wind. I quickly run to the source of the scream, and black figures are on the white snow in front of the club rooms. Tsukasa, oh my god, kill him! Don't kill my boy, Takuma! Oh my god, Tsukasa! One is raising an iron pipe while the other is crouching powerlessly. I arrive right as the figure smacks the other guy's head with a beautiful swing. The one who's hit it lays on the ground, motionless. Oh my god, Tsukasa! The one who was hit is Kuwagata-san, and the one who's swinging the iron pipe is the man who's supposed to be locked up. I wonder why he's here, but I don't have the time to think about that right now. The man picks up the knife on the ground and faces Kuwagata-san. He's about to finish him using that bladed weapon. I scream as I go near them. The man stops in surprise.
Amako-san.
Yuka is standing near them, unable to move. I don't know how badly Kuwagata-san is injured, but I see that he's bleeding from around his head, staining the snow. Yuka, shut the fuck up right now, please. Oh my god. The man jumps at Yuka, who is near him. She tries to run away, but he manages to grab her from behind. The man screams and points the knife at her throat. The blade is wet with blood. Several people from the administration department have followed me and are behind me. They're bewildered since Yuka is held hostage, and they stop there without being able to get any closer. The man orders Yuka and pulls her by the arm. One of the people from the administration department clucks his tongue and steps forward, but I stop him with my hand. Our enemy isn't limited to just one we can see. My ears hear the person inside the darkness of the club room. We end up watching the man take Yuka with him as he runs away. As long as Kuwagata-san is not dead, everything's gonna be daijobu. One got away, but another is in the club room. I keep myself from wanting to run after Yuka and tell the people behind me about the presence I feel. And before I can finish... Fucking useless girl. Aroi comes out from the darkness. She comes near me and shows the silver accessory in her hand. Aroi then starts walking off in a random direction, so I grab her sleeve. The others seem relieved as if they were faked out. But I still feel a presence in the darkness. This is the one who's breathing wildly and making noises. This must be our target. The instant I speak out, the man jumps out from the darkness. His bloodshot eyes are looking at me. The blade in his hand shines ominously. I jump to the side at once as if to guard Aroe. The weapon in his hand swings through the space I stood in and hits the ground. Something wet hits my face. I wipe it off with my sleeve and find out that it's blood. The man who jumped out turns to the people from the administration department. He must be in a panic. He's holding a metallic umbrella stand. He raises it and staggers. The people from the administration department take this chance and jump at him. He rages around even when people are holding him down. One of them leaves to bring a rope and a stretcher to carry Kuwagata-san.
これやばいね。
Can you just kill those guys, please? He must be talking about Yuka. What will happen to her now that she's been taken away? I recall Koiki Nozomi, who was rescued a few days ago. I also recall the other woman who was dead.
足跡が消えないうちに僕は追跡します。ここの処理が終わったら追いかけてきてください。
I quickly run off into the direction they disappeared. I follow their footprints. The snow in the direction they headed is smooth, clearly leaving their footprints. They left the school property and headed straight through the ruins without choosing a road. The snow is deep and it's a difficult and dangerous path because the snow hides bumps and crevices. I thought that he may be stuck somewhere, but it seems he's checking his footing carefully and advancing. He's avoiding all the hard-to-cross areas. Seeing that the footprints are steady, Yuka must be obediently following him. The wind is strong, making it seem like a snowstorm. It looks like the footprints will disappear right away, so I hurry. But it will be dangerous if I catch up to them in the snowy field. I don't think I can beat him in fighting, and it will be even harder if Yuka is held hostage. But I can't slow down on purpose. I turn around and see that the school is already out of sight, and I get a bit uneasy. What can I do even if I follow them? I may have been reckless, but I can't just watch and do nothing. And considering the snow and wind, he should eventually hide himself in a small location to rest. I hear that he hasn't slept much when he was locked up. I encourage myself, telling myself that I may be able to do something by myself if I can meet him when he is completely exhausted. But I don't see any fatigue. Judging from the footprints, the enemy is walking straight. As I start to get tired and start wondering how long he'll continue walking, I finally start seeing signs of him looking for a place to hide. I see signs of him wandering around. I take extra care as I follow the footprints. The footprints disappear into a building. The enemy chose a nice residence. To be more accurate, it used to be a nice residence. Now, it's cracked everywhere and the windows are broken. Judging from the state of the entrance and the storage in the yard, the residents must be taking shelter somewhere else. New footsteps are going into this empty house. I search around the area for something I can use as a weapon, then approach the building. I hear sounds when I strain my ears. I don't think Yuka is gonna die. At worst case scenario, Yuka's gonna get raped. And I care more about my own well-being. I move to a location where I have a good view of the entrance. I sit between some rubble and cover myself from the wind. Now, I just need to wait for reinforcements to arrive from the school. Did the people at school set out right after I did? Were they able to properly follow my footprints? The snow and the wind are really strong now. They may not be able to come here as easily as I was able to. Oh, fuck. Sorry, Yuka. You might die. I'm gonna be quiet. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. See, like, this is better. At the end of the day, yes, she got raped, but she didn't die. I don't want to be some hero that comes out and then tries to save her and then just die, right? I'm not some hero. I take my, like, I'm just a normal guy. I think about pros and cons. Go, Tsukasa. Oh! Oh no! I fucked up! Of course. I'm gonna live by my choice though. I'm not gonna reload. That's if this doesn't lead to a bad ending, of course. So just because Yuka's dead, he doesn't have the will to kill this guy. My god. Tsukasa, you fucking idiot. Okay, so it's just a bad end, I guess. It would've been cool if we actually had a story where Yuka was dead too, and then continue on from that. Alright. I learned my lesson, game! I learned my lesson. But this is like something Tsukasa would do, you know? And it's definitely something I would do myself. I'm not gonna go in by myself. That's like so reckless. But I guess if this is what you want me to do... I keep moving and approach the entrance. He'll instantly hear me if I sneeze at this distance. The sounds he's making become much clearer. He's moving the furniture inside, and the friction against the floor is creating a sound. He's rearranging the furniture. I imagine that he's preparing to really rest here. I start heading in when I notice that my limbs are stiff. I touch my chest and find out that my heart's beating too fast. I recall the process I always used to do before playing the piano in front of people, and calm myself down. I close my eyes, fix my breathing, and imagine the scenery of the route I walked my dog on. I check my pulse, confirm that my mental tension is gone, and step into the entrance. The weapon I chose is an axe for outdoor use. I feel its violent weight all the way up to my shoulder. I imagine what I'm about to do using this tool, and a dizzy black image tries to stain my calm mind again. I try my hardest to ignore it. I can't be scared. I tell myself never to hesitate.
ほれ、その棚はそこに。さっさと移動しろよ。
The man seems to be ordering Yuka around and making her do the work. His voice indicates that he is mentally and physically tired, and that he is extremely nervous. There's nothing in between us, and we're sharing the same air. I can even hear their breathings. The man is breathing slowly and wildly, while Yuka is breathing quickly. I'm doing my best not to make any sounds, but I'm still breathing hard. If he had the hearing I have, he would have immediately found out about my presence. I forgot that Yuka had asthma. I guess that might have killed her. It's dark inside the house. Light is flowing out from the back room where the man is. It's probably the living room. It's the light from a flashlight. I stop before I get to the room and figure out what's going on in the room from the sounds. Judging from the sound of the wind blowing in, it seems he put some barrier in front of the window.
じっとしてろ。下手な真似してたらぶっ殺すからな。そうだ。そうしてりゃいいんだ。悪いようにはしない。
It seems the man is tying Yuka up with a rope or something. Yuka is quiet.
あんた学生かい？まあ、今となっちゃ学生だとかそんなこと関係なくなっちまったけどな。若い女の子たちもたくさんぐちゃぐちゃに潰れて死んじまったよ。あんたみたいな綺麗な人がそのまま生き残ってるなんて奇跡だな。輝いてみるぜ。
I wait for my chance to jump out.
それにしてもあんたいい体してるな。今日は何もしねえでいようと思ったけど急にその気になってきちまったな。こんな時なのにどうしようもね
やめてください。
It seems the man touched her body.
え。そう騒がないでくれよ。大きな声出されると悲しいよ。受け入れてくれれば傷つけるつもりはないんだ。逆らうからひどいことをしなくちゃならないんだ。誰だって自分を受け入れてくれる相手を傷つけたりしないよ。
I don't know. Depend on what you call accepting, you know?
それ涙ですか？
そりゃ涙だって出るさ。なんたって絶望的だ。俺はどうせ逃げらんねえ。仲間もいねえしよ。きっとあいつらも今頃なぶり殺しにされてんだろうな。俺もすぐに捕まる。もうおしまいだ。なあ、だから頼むよ。やらせてくれよ。こっちはもうすぐ死ぬんだ。施しだと思えばこれは善行だよ。おとなしくしてれば乱暴にはしないからさ。いいじゃないか。あんただってセックスくらいするんだろ。あ、落ち着いてんな。諦めたのか？
どうせあなたは私を殺すんですよね。
さあどうだろう。まあ後で考えるさ。
Yuka grows quiet. It seems she's prepared herself.
それじゃあせいぜい楽しませてもらうか。
I step into the room. Tsukasa looks like a freaking psychopath, dude. The man who is about to push Yuka down in the center of the room turns around at my footsteps. I take no heed and run over to him, then take the axe I'm carrying and swing it sideways at his neck. He stumbles backwards and cringes. He then raises his arms to cover his head. The blade of the axe digs into his wrist, and the force keeps the axe moving past it. The slashed flesh spurts out blood. The man lets out a strange scream. The wrist hit by the axe dangles down from his arm by the skin. Blood keeps gushing out from the cut. I kill my fear and concentrate on the movement. The axe is too heavy to handle using my left hand, and my right hand does not have any grip strength. I take care so the handle doesn't slip out of my left hand. Pull back the axe and ready it again. It's alright. My body moves normally. He staggers across the floor as if he's swimming, trying to get away from me. But Yuka is behind him. He trips over her body. Yuka doesn't seem to understand the situation as he looks up at me. I take a step towards the man on the floor. The man is completely frightened and is moving his throat. But no voice comes out. His face is covered in red. My previous attack seems to have missed his neck, but grazed his forehead. I raise the axe again. The man is opening his eyes wide under his eyes, looking at my face. From the corner of my eyes, I see Yuka staring at me. I swing the axe down at the man's face. The man may have forgotten how to dodge as he freezes and takes the axe in his face. The blade cuts through his forehead down to his nose. His skull is crushed, and his eyes are dangling out from his bent eye sockets. Ugh! Blood and clear liquid spill out from the cut down to his chest. The man falls on his back. The body convulses on the floor like a fish served alive. When it stops, he lies there without any power. I let go of the axe, and its weight causes his face to turn sideways. The handle of the axe is growing out of his forehead, making a strange silhouette. His face is completely destroyed except for his mouth, which resembles its original shape. The mouth exhales air. I'm startled, but it's only the air inside his lungs escaping his body. He doesn't move no matter how long I wait. He's dead already. He's completely dead. I relax my neck, which was excessively tense, and breathe out. I look at my hands. They're trembling. Man, because of that red, all that red, I'm seeing noise on the black background. I shake my hands a few times, then open and close them, but they're still trembling. I give up and look at Yuka. Ah! She's on the floor with the loose rope still wrapped around her. She's looking up at me. Her face and clothes are covered with the man's blood. I'm sure I look the same.
すみません。汚れちゃいましたね。
I take off the glove and look for a handkerchief, but I can't find one. She moans, clutches her chest, and curls up. She uses her other hand to fumble around her body. She takes out the white can from her pocket and tries to take the lid off, but it slips out of her hand and falls to the floor. I pick it up for her. It's covered in blood, so I wipe it off and see the label. I hand her the can with the label. Contains 16.35 milligrams isosorbide mononitrate. She puts it to her mouth, and I hear the air being released. She stays still for a while, uses the spray again, then looks up.
ごめんなさい。
喘息ですか？
でももうなんとか。
She smiles, but her face is stiff.
無理もないですよね。こんなのびっくりします。
いや、そんなこと。
とにかく無事でよかったです。
なんだか。
何ですか？
いえ、なんでもないです。
All the guys in this team are doing their work. Hanamura, freaking badass. Kuwagata, insane character development. Tsukasa gets the job done. Hibari? Oh my god, I don't even want to say anything about Hibari. Yuka's okay. I give up on relying on Aroe, so I guess she's also okay. Yuka looks in the direction of the corpse, but quickly looks away.
移動しましょう。
I give her a hand and help her get up. She's so frightened that she can't stand up properly. I lend her my shoulders as we exit the room. Her clothes are wet with blood, and the blood seeps out when I hold her. I hold the flashlight and we enter another room. It's a Japanese-style room, but the tatami are torn and the lights are destroyed. And it's in a worse state than the living room. But I can't be picky. I rest Yuka in the room, then search through the other rooms and find some clothes and a towel. I return to the room and take off her dirty clothes. I use the towel to wipe off the blood covering her white body.
こんなことしてもらうなんて。
I guess I can censor this one. It's not hard to censor that. She stares at her bare breasts and speaks apologetically. It was too terrible. Now that I think about it calmly, I should have been able to do better. Even taking into account the fact that I have no experience in fighting and didn't know how hard I should go. And even if my only option was to kill him, I didn't need to be that brutal. I'm glad that I saved Yuka as a result, but I think I showed her something I didn't need to. People aren't like I am. After I wipe her down, she insisted that she is going to wipe me down. She's going to wipe me down now. I take off my clothes. I'm not as dirty as her, but it seems my face and neck were worse than I thought, as the towel quickly turns red. I hope there's no sex scene.
よく僕の顔を見ていられましたね。気持ち悪かったでしょ。
そんなことありませんよ。
Yuka sounds angry as she keeps wiping. There are goosebumps on her skin. For some reason, I reach out and touch her skin. Her heart is beating inside her chest.
生きてますね。
I speak out.
そうですよ。甘子さんのおかげです。
Yuka smiles back. On the other hand, that man's heart has stopped, and his body must be cold by now. I can't settle down. But my hands have stopped shaking. My body has calmed down. This is all there is to killing someone? It was too easy. It was, but
どうも、なんだか。
何ですか？
いや、
どうかしました？
I hesitate to say, and Yuka stares into my eyes.
すみません。何でもないです。
言ってください。
今はいいです。
何でも言ってほしいです。
でも、今口を開くと変なことを言ってしまいそうで。
I feel strange, with my mind cold. It feels as if wind is blowing through my chest, or I'm staring at the desolate ruins.
何ですか？
どうも、変な言葉になったらすみません。
I say this, then search for the right
あ
words.
そこで死んだのが僕だったみたいな。僕が死んでるみたいな。どうもそんな気がして。でも殺したのも僕だし。なんだろうこれ。僕の言ってることわかりますか？確かに、そんなはずはないんですよね。やっぱり、なんだか変なこと言ってますね。ダメだな。もう一回死体を確認してきます。
それは
She grabs my leg when I stand up.
それはいけません。
でも、見ればはっきりしますよ。そうすればきっと収まるんだ。
ダメですよ。
なんでですか？まさか、本当にあそこの死体は。
違いますよ。大丈夫です。あれは尼子さんじゃなかったですよ。
じゃあ、
なんだか見たらいけないような気がするんです。今の尼子さんが見たらそれはいけないと思うんです。大丈夫です。あなたはここに生きてますから。だから休みましょうよ。私と一緒にここで休みましょう。
いや、やはり行ってきます。すぐ戻ってきます。変な妄想は早めに潰しておかないと。
So, Tsukasa is actually aware that he has delusions. Okay. That's nice to know. I try to shake her off, but Yuka frowns a bit and pulls me towards her. Her hands are
お
warm.
願いします。私を一人にしないでください。
I can do nothing but sit back down if she says so. I get nervous even when I'm sitting down. I feel uneasy. Yuka sees me.
尼子さん、
はい、
私尼子さんのことすごく好きです。
そうですか。
ええ。
Silence follows. Yuka leans against me. Her nipples have hardened from the cold. But there's a sex scene. See you guys in a bit. I'm gonna be quiet.
あんまり考えない方がいいですよ。
あ、
考えちゃダメですよ。
Wow, surprisingly, there's no sex scene. Okay. We wait until day breaks before we go outside. I secretly went and checked out the corpse before we left, and it indeed was not me. I don't understand why I thought it was me yesterday. On our way back to school, we meet the people from the administration department who were looking for us. It seemed they've been searching since last night, and they sign relief and disappointment when I tell them that it's all over. We reach the school and all of the administration department is gathered. Everyone greets us warmly. There's some tension. Something must have happened here too. Oh, Takuma, no! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. One of the 3 prisoners, one has died, and there are 2 wounded ones left. It's on my mind, so I ask them what they're going to do about them. They tell me that they've decided not to treat them anymore. In other words, they're going to leave them to die. Good! The one with the wounded stomach dies the next day, and the one with the wounded arm dies 2 days later. They were both sleeping quietly because of the medicine, and they passed away with only guards watching them. Thus, all 3 prisoners die. Takuma? No, 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 no. You can't do this. January is ending. The sky is dark and gray, and the snow keeps falling. The temperature drops every day, and a thick ice sheet forms on the surface of the pond. Normal days have returned to the shelter, at least on the surface, but I'm sure it's only on the outside. People's expressions are more gloomy than before. I hear angry voices and crying every day from somewhere. Someone committed suicide the other day, This is the first occurrence since an old man wrote a will and killed himself right after the disaster because he thought he would hold everyone back. This time, it was a young woman. She lost her family and took refuge here by herself. She lost one of her legs in the earthquake. A guard on the early morning patrol found her hanging by her neck on a tree behind the gym. The corpse was frozen, and her fingers were straight even when they laid her down on the ground. When she was alive, she always looked as if she was crying, but she had a peaceful expression when she died. Yuka had been friends with her, so she spent all that day in depression. Kawase-san got angry and she yelled every chance she had. Our meals mostly consist of preserved food now. We don't see any vegetables or fresh fish in our meals now. We only have frozen meat and packaged foods that are strongly flavored. The children seem happy about it, but the older people often leave food behind. Kuwagata-san healed within a few... Thank God! Thank you, Kuwagata. Thank you, Takuma. Within a few days, the bandage around his head looks painful, but he's lively and working vigorously every day. It's strange how he's more energetic now than before he was injured. He alone is showing great vigor, while the rest of the administration department is gloomy. It seems he's close with the rape victim, Koike Nozomi. She's using a whole room in a school building by herself and living there. It may be because of the incident, but I hear that she's scared of others, and that she's only opening her heart to Kuwagata's... Okay, sorry, I'm fucking up my pronunciations a lot because I'm going so fast. I'm curious about the story, okay? Opening her heart to Kuwagata-san. The most important thing she told Kuwagata-san was the information about this other group she had been living with until she was captured. She found out that there are other places where people are living. The report delighted Hida-san, but it seems Koike Nozomi does not have a good impression of the place, and she doesn't want to talk any more about it, even to Kuwagata-san. We can't force it out of her considering what she's been through, so all we can do is wait for her to tell us out of her own free will. The shelter has been isolated ever since the disaster, and we have been unable to contact the outside world. Most of the notable institutions near us have been destroyed, so there aren't many places where people can gather. But we haven't searched through all of them, so there are places we haven't looked yet. We can't rely on help from public institutions now, so the earthquake victims must help each other and survive. Dark clouds are looming over the shelter. To resolve this issue as much as we can, we need a larger and a stronger autonomous control. If there is another group, just as Koike says, we can collaborate and share information to improve our life here. That's why the fact that there's another place where people have gathered is good news for everyone. Everyone thinks that the new encounter will bring about some hope. But there's a more realistic problem at hand. Even though there hasn't been anything as extreme as murder, there are now many fights and thefts occurring between the people living at the shelter and those from outside. It seems people are less tolerant now. And one day, the people in the administration department gathered in a room in a school building. Hida-san stands in front of the blackboard. Strictness is starting to show even on his friendly-looking face.
35人か。ずいぶん増えたな。
Hida-san says this after counting the number of people here. We've been recruiting members since that incident and are slowly growing in number.
よく増えたものだな。あんなことがあったから、みんな嫌になるんじゃないかと思っていたよ。もしかしたら逆にあんなことがあったから入ってくれたのかもしれないが、だとしたら皆勇気があるね。
Hida-san smiles. As Hida-san said this, the administration department's organizational functions have changed since that incident. Nobody explicitly decided on it, but the organization as a whole changed because each member changed their mental attitude. First, the people of the administrative department started carrying around weapons on a regular basis. We would glare at or question any suspicious people. These imposing behaviors lead to the development of a feeling of revulsion among the people living at the shelter. We repeatedly explained the situation to them and asked for understanding, but it's not something one can consent to emotionally. The people of the administration department started to do things together on a regular basis to avoid unnecessary trouble. But this has widened the gap with others as a result of... at the shelter as a result. it can't be helped. But this is starting to hinder other duties. First of all, the administration department doesn't just keep watch. We obtain and manage food, fuel, and resources. We also mediate troubles between the refugees and advise people who have nobody to rely on. So we need to be close to the people.
そこで提案があるんだ。
Ida-san describes the problem using recent events that have occurred as examples and offers a solution.
治安活動を専門に行う別組織を立ち上げようと思う。嫌われたからってどうせ警備をやめるわけにはいかないんだ。それなら役割をはっきりさせた独立した組織を作るべきだと思うんだ。この運営部のメンバーから人数を割いてな。このままじゃいかん。
質問いいですか？
どうぞ。
A girl wearing glasses stands up.
それじゃあ切り分けられた方の組織が大変そうです。悪役じゃないですか。それより何か役に立つことをしてイメージアップをした方がいいと思います。
イメージアップは組織を分けてからもできるよ。
でもそれじゃあ嫌われ者になってしまいます。誰だって嫌ですよ。
だがね、活動内容をはっきりさせることで無用の不安や危惧を取り除こうってのも重要なんだな。曖昧なまま愛想笑いみたいな立場に置かれてるのが一番警戒されてしまう。どこまでやってどこからはやらないのか。性格のわからない、何をするかもわからない集団ってのは不気味なんだよ。
自衛隊出身の飛田さんからそう言われるとなかなか説得力があるような気がします。
そうだろう。まあそれに何より目的がはっきりしないと組織として機能的じゃないからな。普段は嫌われてて、しかもいざっていう時に動けないとなったら本当に意味がない。これは絶対きちんとしなくちゃいけない。そう思わないか？
なるほど。納得しました。
She sits back down.
他に誰か質問がある人はいるかい？これは特に当事者の君たちにとって重要なことだ。気になったことがあったら何でも言ってくれ。
Does that mean creating an organization like an army? I am actually going to end the episode here. Yeah, this looks like an intermezzo. I was wondering like, surprisingly there's still a lot left to the scene, but it's an interlude. But yeah, I am going to end the episode here. This was a really action-packed episode. I really enjoyed it. I fucked up and let Yuka die. That was my mistake, I guess. But you know, I was just being careful. I don't know. To me, what my reasoning to not save Yuka because of my reasoning was... It made sense, but I don't know. You guys feel free to... you know, have a different opinion. That's just mine. Hope you all enjoyed this episode. I'm gonna play some PSO2. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.